Hello, good morning. It's Matty P here. Lovely morning on Lake Huron in Ontario, Canada. And it is a very springy day. It's 16 degrees, the sun's kind of out. The water is pretty damn cold. My feet are freezing. It's about 7-degree water, but it is feeling very spring-like. Now, something that pops out in spring is maple blossoms. And I've picked them and ate them off the tree before. They're pretty good, but I'm gonna try something a little different today. I'm gonna pick maple blossoms and I'm gonna try to pickle them. I heard that it's quite good, and you know, they're everywhere right now. Everywhere you look, you can see these yellow maple blossoms on all the trees. We're in Canada, so there is no shortage of the maple, as you can tell by our lovely flag. So I'm gonna get out of this water before my feet turn to ice cubes. We're gonna hunt around for some young maple trees and try this new type of pickled maple blossom. Well, new for me anyway. I'm just heading back home to the city now, driving on some country roads here, Huron County. And like I said, it is so easy to find maple trees here. They're all over the place, whether you're in the city or the countryside. They're lining every street. They're in most of the forests unless you're super close to the water. But very easy to pick out right now because of the sort of yellowish green blossoms. I can pretty much drive anywhere and within minutes I'm gonna find some maple blossoms. So, for example, that's a maple blossom right there, a little one. Maple, 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 those are maples. That's a maple, that's a maple. Oh, there's a nice little maple. Been driving just a few minutes and seen a whole ton of maple trees, a lot of them on people's property. This one's on the side of the road here and it looks pretty low, so I think it's a good access to grab some blossoms here. Okay. All right, so it's definitely the right height. Now I have a feeling these are actually a little too open. We're gonna have a closer look at them, but you kind of want them when they're still closed. If some of them are open, that's okay. But you can see that they actually look dried out and shriveled up a bit, in which case they're too old. They're gonna taste really bitter. You want them as young as you can get them pretty much. So I may actually be a bit late now that it's warmed up the last couple days. They've really flowered more than I was expecting, but we'll see if there's still any good ones on this tree. And I'll show you what I mean about the dried up ones. So these ones here, you can see they're actually kind of quite open. Half of them open anyway. And here's an example of what I mean about when they've opened and gone too far. So you can actually see it's kind of dried up, some of them on the inside there. And yeah, that is too far gone to be enjoyed for eating. So we might have to try another tree. So there you can see how most of these ones have actually opened up and there's only a couple that are still closed. Ideally, they'd be all like the closed ones there. So these are probably gonna be too bitter. Damn. And here's some really dry looking ones. These ones are definitely far gone. There's only one way to find out and see if these are any good. The taste test. No, it's so bitter. Okay, we're gonna have to go drive for another tree, which is a shame because this one is the perfect height and it looks very pretty, but it doesn't taste very pretty in your mouth. Ugh. So I found another spot here. It's definitely still quite open. The blossoms are still open more than I would have wanted, but I do see some that are still closed. So we're gonna give these ones a try. Now, you might be asking about maple trees. How do you tell a maple tree from another one? So When they don't have the leaves, it's a little more difficult. You don't have that obvious shaped leaf to look at, but there's a few other ways you can look at it. One of them is the bark. So you can see the bark itself is not too big. It's in sort of smaller sections. And another really interesting thing is on the branches. You can see the branches, the way that they intersect is they're right across from each other. So it's not going to be the same on every single branch, but a lot of the branches, you're going to see that intersection. So these ones, again, right across from each other. There's another one right there. Other trees, they're going to be coming out one at a time off the main branch. And I can put up almost any branch here, and you're going to see that intersection. So again, one across from the other. I've got the same thing right here, one across from the other, and even on this one, it's kind of crossways, but they're all coming off the same point in the tree. There you have another one. So first is the buds, which is the most obvious. And then it is where those branches intersect. So these look pretty good. It's not like on that other tree. You've got half of them open and half of them not. So maybe we'll just give a quick sample. Okay, definitely has a more sweet taste. It's still got a little bit of the bitterness, but I think these are actually going to be okay. So let's pick these and go from there. Now here is a really young one. That is the go. So you see how they're all closed up? Haven't bloomed at all. Whoops. That is actually probably what would be the best. Not bad. I actually think the ones that were half opened were the sweetest. That's surprising, these green ones. All right, let's pick some. Really hope these aren't too old. I might have missed my window. I'm afraid we missed the window here. These are more open than I expected. I picked from this same tree just days ago and it was nice and sweet, and they're tasting a lot more bitter. So we're gonna do a tiny experiment here, see if it works. But my expectations are very, very, very low. So it's time to get these home and pickle them up as best as I can. But before I head home, exactly, there's a spot I stop at all the time when I'm coming back from Lake Huron, which is Goats on 86, a place where you can feed goats with a vending machine and give them some corn, and it gets your vibe up every time. So even if this is a fail, I'm at least gonna feed some cute goats. Let's go feed the goats. So it's basically the best idea ever. Get people to pay you to feed your livestock. Genius. And look, here they come. They know what's up. They might even recognize me. I'm here all the time. Yeah, come on, guys. Hey, hey. Hey, buddy. I wish I had more money. Oh, yeah. Hey, little guy. All right, such a smart idea. I've only got one quarter, unfortunately, but whoa! Here's a cute little baby. Oh, they pig! Let's get the rest here. right, there we go. These guys are awesome. All right, sorry guys, I gotta come back with more change next time. We'll see you soon though, I'm sure. Later. All right, so we're back in the city now. I'm gonna have a quick look at the maples in the park. They've definitely bloomed, although they tend to bloom faster here in the city than they do elsewhere in the country, I think just because it's a little warmer. But it's worth a look to see if there's any better looking buds than the ones that I got today. That's maple. It's a maple there. Yeah, so the flowers on these ones completely open. No buds left at all. Let's see. Slightly better, but pretty much the same problem. They're actually even yellowy, more yellow colored. And almost all of them completely open. So realistically, very bitter. Yeah. Alright, so these are the ones I picked in the morning. Quite green looking. And then these are the ones in the park. So very open and a lot more yellowy to them. So yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm just a bit too late to the game, but we'll try them both anyway, just to see if they're any better after they're pickled. And look on this one, you can see the little maple leaf just starting to come out. Just beginning. Just gonna follow this quick recipe off Bon Appetit. I'll put the link below, but yeah, it's basically some vinegar, some sugar, and some salt, and optional spices, and just put them in a pot and boil them up. 1 cup vinegar, derp. Go vinegar. 2 tablespoons of salt. A little bit of sugar. A couple tablespoons. And last part, 2 cups of water and spices. I don't have any mustard seeds, I don't have coriander, I don't have anything, so I might just put a bit of pepper in it. Like I said, I don't know what I'm doing, this is completely experimental, so it doesn't really matter. So 2 cups of water, this is about 2 cups. Whoops, if I get it in there. Here we go, okay. And just bring it to a boil, stir it up, and pray for the best. So as it's boiling up, I actually found a little bit of dill. So, I mean, dill works in every kind of pickle, I'm guessing. And because the maple blossoms are kind of bland, I'm hoping this will flavor it up nicely since I don't have any other fancy stuff the recipe was calling for. So let's try dill. It looks good enough for me, so pour some water in there. I mean brine. So this will be the Toronto Park Maple Blossom. Give that a test. And this will be the somewhere in Huron County slightly less flowered Maple Blossom. Put it to the test. Alright, it's definitely smelling nice and vinegary. Whew. So I've never actually really pickled anything myself before. I don't know if I'm supposed to wait for the brine to cool down, but I'm just gonna go for it because according to this one on Reddit, it says hot water is fine. So, fingers crossed. Here we go. There's one. And here is 2. So I'm just gonna let that cool off for a little bit, then put it in the fridge, and tomorrow we will give these maple blossoms a try. So wish me luck. All right, so it's time. It's been a very quick 24-hour pickling session. We're gonna give these maple blossoms a shot. They look pretty good. I barely made any because, like I said, my expectations are so low given how they tasted directly off of the tree. They were not nearly as sweet as they were when I tried them the other week, but let's see. I actually forget which is even which. One of them is from the park right outside my house, and the other one is from the tree that I got in the countryside. Like you saw, there's just a little bit of dill in there. Okay, so I'll get some of this one here. Oh, interesting. Looks just a bit wilted, but other than that, basically the same, really. And then the other one here. So that one is the one from the countryside. I can tell because the buds are more closed. So, country, city. All right, so let's try the country ones first. So there's the country ones, lots of buds and a little bit of dill. Definitely smells pickly. And I try to get the dill out of it because I don't want it to influence the taste too much. Here we go, bon appetito. It's actually not too bad. I was expecting that to be terribly bitter and horrible. Nice pickly taste to it, slight hint of dill, obviously. That is surprising. I actually thought that it was gonna be way, 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 way worse. That is totally doable. You know what, with the dill, damn, maybe anything just tastes good pickled with dill. That might be it. Okay, I am so surprised. I was expecting it to taste like, I don't know, Treebeard's pubic hair or something from Lord of the Rings. Anyway, I digress. So here's the ones I picked literally from the park. There's the close-up, straight up from the park. Do this all in one. That's pretty good. Man, I'm shocked. I'm really shocked. I was expecting that to be terrible. The bitterness was just so overpowering compared to other times that I've had it. I thought I maybe picked the wrong tree because there's gotta be hundreds of different types of maple trees, and I have no idea how to distinguish. I know enough to tell a maple from another tree. That's about it. So, surprising. I was honestly thinking this was gonna be a big fail, but there you have it. Maple blossoms, try them sprinkling on salad if they're sweet and nice right off the tree. If not, even if they're slightly bitter, you can pickle them for 24 hours and they're pretty damn good. So, I would be willing to try that again. And hopefully you still have some time this week, end of spring, and you can try some maple blossoms yourself. So please comment below if you enjoyed the video or if you got a chance to do your own maple blossom experimentation. I would love to hear how it goes for you because, like I said, I am no expert. This is pure experimentation. It is the first time for me doing this kind of thing. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed and go get some maple blossoms.